Good morning and happy Saturday, everyone. I am D Venom, and thank you for allowing me to raise those vibrations. I hope that your morning is going accordingly as planned, and I also hope that all of my people of the universe are staying on that straight and narrow and doing everything possible to elude psychic vampires and negative energies, anything that will lower, jeopardize, capture, darken, take away from in regard to vibrations and or energies is not what we need in our lives. Positive things are what we need, and if we can stay away from all of the psychic vampires and negative energies, then I think we won. Anyway, you guys, I have been clean now from methamphetamine since October 8th of this particular year. Which means I have eluded dark energies, dark forces, negative, anything negative I have tried to elude, and obviously it is working because I have not done any methamphetamine or any other drugs for that matter since October 8th. Anyway, it is dark and gloomy here in certain parts of Arizona, and it is semi-raining here where I am. I am at the park across the street from my house, but I'm not necessarily parked in the section where the park is. I'm parked in the section where the courthouse is. The same courthouse where I went live with you guys October 5th, and I thought that I ended the motherfucking session, but I didn't, and that live recording kept recording, and I had two scallywags up in this bitch, and and one scallywag left. I ended up sucking the other one's dick, and I ended up leaving this parking lot, went to another one. Child, it went down. It turned into a porno. Okay, I'm pretty sure y'all heard all of that. And it is what it is. But I'm in that parking lot. The Circle K is not that far from me, and I need something to drink, but I'm not going there to get it. But anyway, the hidden gem, you guys. Did y'all check out the hidden gem? I left, or it wasn't a link, I just foreshadowed this particular platform on YouTube because I want y'all to check it out. Get y'all a good night's sleep. If you're studying, study well. Even for health reasons, noise, colored noise is something spectacular and special. And I live by this now that I have found it. And it helps me with my ADHD. It helps to calm me down. I haven't snapped out on any bitches. I haven't drugged nobody in my house and tried to stab them to death. I haven't done anything like that. So my temperament has been well managed now that I have found noise. I ride around and I listen to noise, different colored noise. And I listen to that shit loud. And thanks to Sound Asleep ASMR, they have a fruit salad motherfucking noise. And this fruit salad noise has about 6 different motherfucking noises. I think lime, cherry, blueberry, who knows? I just know that there is a mixture of noises that just sounds so good to my motherfucking ears, and it makes my car sound like I am a turbojet engine plane or I'm in a spaceship. I pull up next to bitches and I just have that shit extra loud, and motherfuckers be wondering, what am I listening to, bitch? This is my car. This is the way that she sounds. I mean, seriously, I live by noise, and I have to have that shit loud. I want to, not only for privacy purposes, but for my own general purposes in regard to my motherfucking health. My health is important, and if this shit helps to calm me down, it just helps to calm me down. No, let me rephrase. If it helps to center me, then it just simply helps to center me, and let that be the reason. So please, you guys, check out Sound Asleep ASMR via YouTube. I think that you will enjoy a lot of the noises that this person has came out with. If I didn't say it, dark amber noise, full moon noise, serenity noise, indigo noise, coral noise, vanilla noise, midnight blue noise, stardust noise, dark plum noise, Milky Way noise are just several of the noises that this person has produced and came out with. There are more noises from where this came from. So if you are a person that suffers from insomnia and you can't get a good night's sleep, check out this particular platform. I think you may benefit from it. Thank me later. Anyway, I didn't get a chance to watch any horror movies last night because my ass went to sleep. Now, y'all know I have a ritual, because I've told y'all about this ritual via Pinterest, that I try to celebrate every year around my birthday. And that is pinning as much or as many horror pins on a particular board that I possibly can for anyone that's interested in horror flicks. The board is called My Birthday, and it centers around Halloween and my birthday, which is on Halloween. And anyway, the section that I pinned these particular horror movie pins to is called Sweet Dreams, Beautiful Nightmares. Thank you, Beyonce. Anyway, it's Sweet Dreams, Beautiful Nightmares, and that's where you will find the various different pins in regard to the horror movies that I want people to watch, that I've watched. Anyway, I'm gonna have to double up today, because I dabbed. I went to the dispensary yesterday, and I got me a couple of things to dab with. What is it called? Dutch Dream, or I don't think that's what it is, but I'll have to tell y'all. But anyway, I ended up dabbing and I ended up smoking, and yeah, I was on the good one yesterday, and I was tired, and I went to sleep. Sorry, you guys. I am smoking a little bit of mota. But yeah, I ended up falling, and I was drinking some mimosa. That kicked in, and I really took my ass to bed. But yeah, so if y'all want to check out the horror movies that I've checked out thus far, just simply go to my Pinterest platform, which is The Venomous One Stinger at Pinterest, or Raising Vibrations at Pinterest, and you will find me there. And go to section not Halloween, but my birthday, and go to Sweet Dreams, Beautiful Nightmares. All right, now speaking of Sweet Dreams, Beautiful Nightmares, and haunted houses and shit like that, I foreshadowed a show on Prime Videos that's centered around Tempest Bledsoe and Daryl Bell, the Cosby Kids, or ex-Cosby Kids. Anyway, they are a couple now. Daryl Bell is the short, light-skinned dude, and Tempest Bledsoe was she was more of the kind of dark-skinned sister. But anyway, they have a show called Make Me Scream on Prime Video, and it's like a game show it's centered around haunted houses, and basically you have to get through the haunted house without screaming, closing your eyes, or showing any type of fear, and that's what it centers around. And I watched it from beginning to end, and I will say that it was pretty entertaining. So if you want to check that out, go to Prime Videos and look for Make Me Scream by Tempest Bledsoe and Daryl Bell, the ex-Cosby Kids. And I wanted to tell y'all that because I foreshadowed the fact that I was watching this, but I didn't tell what the name of the show was called or is called, and I didn't give y'all that much detail in regard to it's a haunted house themed game show or whatever the case may be. So I didn't foreshadow a lot of information. So I wanted y'all to know exactly what it is that you're getting yourselves into when y'all check it out. Okay, so now that I gotten that covered, I have to tell y'all about the middle school that I'm working at. It's a doozy. But anyway, I want to talk to y'all about a situation that has been bothering me now for a while. And it happened to me yesterday, early yesterday, during the time that this person and I were getting ready for work. And I'm very upset. But I don't want to give this person any more power than what I've already given them. Past, present, and my motherfucking future. This person, I hate to say it, it happens to be my own mother. Now, y'all know that I'm about to be a part of a magazine spread. And I'm working on that magazine spread very hard in regard to the questionnaires and everything else. Now I'm just stuck on getting my pictures taken, and I'm going to do those myself. But anyway, they're looking for 4 to 8 headshots, and I'm going to give them 8 of them motherfuckers because I want a nice spread in regards to this magazine. But anyway, I haven't shared the fact that I'm going to be featured in this magazine with my family. For one, I'm not going to say my eldest sibling because they do show interest in some of the things that I have poured myself into, including my podcast. They showed interest in my podcast and said that they liked it, and that made me feel good, and it pushed me even more. But anyway, my mother is a whole different ball game. I remember being young, wanting her to come to certain school projects that I had, and I didn't get that. Or I would just want her approval in a lot of different things that I was a part of, and I just simply did not get that. And it goes on until this day. Don't get me wrong, not everything that I have involved myself in have they shunned down and did not give me any feedback on. But I have thrown wolf tickets in my past in regard to, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and didn't fall through with it. I'm ADHD for one, so that's going to happen. You know, there's going to be the procrastination and things like that in regard to the territory and the things that comes with being ADHD. And anyway, I believe that my mother feels as if I'm not going to accomplish anything. That's how I feel. And, or at least anything major or big. I don't feel like they think that I'm going to accomplish, anything like that. And this magazine, I think that she just feels is a bunch of bullshit. And until they see it themselves, they're not going to, I don't know. I just know that it kind of crushed me, but then again, I had to look inside and tell that little boy and that little girl that lives inside of me that we're not going to give my mother any more power than what we have already given her in regard to situations like this. There has been plenty of situations, and I just said, where I've been shunned, and I as much as I don't like it, it happens. And my thing is, you are at a particular age, and we're all going to need some type of help when we get to the inevitable. And I'm not saying I'm going to turn my back on my mother, but my mother knows that I will shut her out real motherfucking quick and won't give a fuck about it, because I've done this before when she has done something similar like this to me. And there's only so much that I can take as a human being. I don't want unbalanced relationships in my life anymore. If I can get rid of the friend that I was friends with in Maricopa, or vice versa, maybe they felt like they got rid of me. I don't know. Don't give a fuck. But I just know that we're no longer friends. If I can get rid of that person, and if I can get rid of certain other people, places, and things in my life that no longer serve my higher good, then why wouldn't my mother be exempt? I know that the Bible and source has rules, regulations, and protocol when it comes to family and stuff like that, but I'm sure he understands it's hurtful being in a unbalanced relationship. And the fact that I have a social media friend by the name of Laura. Let me use my social media friend Laura as an example. I don't know Laura from squat, and Laura doesn't, and vice versa. We just know each other via social media. And I shared my blessing with them earlier today before coming over to the courthouse to record this episode. And they hit me up. I couldn't see their face or anything like that, but I'm just going by the message that they sent and the exclamation marks. They seem to be pretty excited in regard to the magazine spread that I will be featured in. And they congratulated me. And they were proud of me. And I came from addiction. I came from homelessness. I came from prostitution. And I came from a lot of other different things that were detrimental to my motherfucking life. I came from all that to now working and having a semi-successful podcast. Keeping my bills paid and my roof over my head, feeding myself. I just came from a lot of motherfucking trial and tribulations. And my mother knows this. She knows what I went through in regard to my drug addiction. The shit that I went through in Vegas, the psychosis and shit that I used to go through. She knows this. She knows the struggle that I went through, being gay. And she just knows a lot. And to not say a fucking thing when I told her I'm going to be featured in a magazine, to not say anything, and then for me to have to repeat myself and be like, did you hear what I said? I'm going to be a part of this magazine spread, in regard to entrepreneurs, creatives, and, just regular folk that are changing and doing, and oh my God, it just, I want to treat her like a girlfriend in the streets and just choke her ass some motherfucker. Please comment below and let me know if you have unbalanced relationships or a unbalanced relationship in regard to your siblings, it could be you or your mother, you or your father, you or your eldest or youngest siblings. Just the whole point of it is it's just unbalanced. And the more unbalanced that it becomes, the more you just want to step back from it and not deal with it. And that's where this is where I've been in regard to my mother. Now, don't get me wrong. We don't always have these type of unbalanced relationships. There are points where our relationship is on track and we do have good topics of conversation, and we're not talking about, some of the things that she always wants to talk about and whatever else the case may be. And we're talking about drugs and drug addiction and stuff like that. We do have good topics of conversation at times, but most of the time is basically about what other people are going through that she knows. And, we could talk about other people's drug addictions, but, the hell with mine. We always talk about a girlfriend of hers and what they're going through in regard to their drug addiction. And it's like, I join in on that topic of conversation, and here I am being the hypocrite talking about this person as well. And it's just like, this doesn't make me feel good because I'm going through my own motherfucking thing with drug addiction, and you're not saying you're not saying a fucking thing about that. You're not even acknowledging that. But you can acknowledge somebody else's drug addiction or whatever the case may be. This is the type of shit that I don't like. And this is the type of shit that could crush that inner child, that inner boy, that inner girl in me. And I'm not going to allow that to happen. I've given my mother way too much power over the years when it comes down to me. And I can't do that anymore. This is why I cut her out of my life on several of the motherfucking occasions and didn't give a damn about it. I felt good because it was baggage on my shoulder that, I don't want her to pass away or anything like that. I want my mother here for as long as I can possibly have her here. But I want Source to work on our relationship and get it right. But I know that he cannot do it alone. I know that he needs our participation in regard to bettering our relationship. And I know that it will happen. And I don't want it to be the deathbed situation. Y'all know what that is. The deathbed situation is, before a person passes away, they want to rekindle something, or they want to straighten up and act right, and, oh, I'm sorry, and get to apologizing for shit. No, I don't want the deathbed syndrome type bullshit. I want this relationship to strengthen itself while she has her right mind, while, I don't have to take care of her in that particular way, while we can build from the mistakes. And I just know that I want a better relationship with her. And if it doesn't happen for a little while, because I've done this before, I'm gonna have to cut her out of my life. I'm not saying permanently, because I will never do that to my mother. But for an extended period of time, I'm going to have to do this, because I have to worry about myself. And if you're not going to be concerned about me, who the fuck is, aside from the spiritual realm? So, yeah, I'm just not happy with her right now. I don't know. I don't know how to deal with this situation. How would you guys deal with this, hearing what I am hearing? I mean, you guys haven't heard, the worst of it all or the best of it all. You just pretty much hearing my frustrations in regard. And then, well, did you hear what I said? Yeah, you said something about some spread. I mean, what you mean some spread? I mean, what the fuck? I'm about to be in a whole online magazine. And from what the editor was telling me, I think millions read this magazine, if not thousands, are in tune with this magazine. And even my therapist was proud of me. And oh my God, I just, and as angry as I want to get in regard to this situation, I can't allow myself to do so, because then I will be giving power to her, and I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to continue to be happy that I was even blessed with this opportunity, because with everyone out there having a podcast these days, and millions of people have podcasts, I was chosen, this regular individual whom started from the beginning, just like everybody else with their podcast, has been chosen for an interview in regard to my life. And that's a major accomplishment for a person such as myself. As I said, I came from addiction, prostitution, homelessness. That's major. Most people don't even come from any of that. And the fact that I fought and overcame all of this to now working and doing something with my fucking self. Yeah. But anyway, I don't know what this truck is and why they're behind me all up in my business. But I'm going to continue on with my podcast. But I don't know how you guys would deal with that particular situation in regard to, having a unbalanced relationship with your sibling. And unfortunately, this unbalanced relationship happens to be with my own mother. I am hoping, as I said, that things will uplift itself in regard to our relationship. And, I'm just hoping that things will uplift itself before it gets too late. Just put it that way. Anyway, moving on from that, there's something else that I want to talk to you guys about. And that is, I found my old therapist from Las Vegas. I got her name. I said her name was Ashia Abiyatunga, but I was far from being wrong. It's Ashia Abiodun. That is her name. Ashia Abiodun. She is the therapist that I had while I was residing in Las Vegas back in about 2015 or 16, from what the young man was saying, or the young receptionist. And I have to find her. I'm going to look her up on Google or whatever the case may be, and YouTube, because who's to say, she may have her own practice. But she was one of the therapists that I absolutely enjoyed. She is the one, not to tell her business, but she confided in the group and told us that her addiction happened to be sugar. And even though we were in that square box room, and half of the time I felt like I wanted to use, not with her necessarily, but with others, I didn't mind going to her sessions because she always had some type of meaning, or it was just something to her sessions that I just absolutely enjoyed and didn't mind going to. And anyway, Ashia is spelled Ashia. Abiodun, I think I'm pronouncing it right, is Abiodun. She could be listening to my motherfucking podcast. Hey girl, I'm trying to connect with your motherfucking ass. Give me some free sessions. No, I don't need no free sessions. But yes, I need to connect with her, you guys. I'm going to look her up. Anyway, going in on some more of these notes. Now, even though I was feeling a particular way yesterday in regard to my mother and that whole situation, I started my new job at the middle school. Now, this is where I was supposed to have started work to begin with, the middle school. And if this isn't symbolism, I don't know what it is. But I didn't take in the fact that when I received the text message from the high school manager, cafeteria worker, I didn't allow it to soak in that the address is 5555. And when I got to the school yesterday to start work, I was there about six something in the morning, and the cafeteria worker, yeah, she was there, but they didn't know I was there. And anyway, I get out the car and I see the 5555, and I'm like, I have to look this up. But I didn't look it up right away. I kept walking towards the door because there was another young lady that works at the school that was, I guess, waiting to get inside. Anyway, I sparked up a conversation with her, but before I did this, I seen some benches outside of the school that had stingers on there. And I'm like, if this isn't symbolism, what the fuck is it? The address is 5555. I'm going through this with my mother at this particular point, and the school mascot is a scorpion, and they go by stingers. And for one, you guys are now my stingers. I was thinking of a name to call you all in regard to my Podbean podcast family, and I couldn't come up with anything. And what a coincidence. I see this yesterday in regards to the middle school, and I'm like, fuck it. My Podbean podcasts are my stingers. So you guys are my stingers. And anyway, it was all meant for me to see that yesterday in regard to this, because like I said, it didn't dawn on me when I got the text message that I would be going to 555 None of Y'all Business Avenue. And I didn't realize that the school mascot is a scorpion, and they go by the Stingers. And, well, some of y'all will probably know here in Arizona which middle school I'm talking about. But aside from that, I can exploit it, but there's no need to. It's just a middle school with some middle school hormonal teenagers that, yeah. So anyway, I didn't realize, well, after that, I went to my car and I went to YouTube and I looked up 5555, and I got the meaning of that. And I wish I wasn't so ADHD, because I was going to write it down and explain to you guys what 5555 means. I know that it means freedom, taking charge, if I'm not mistaken, being bold, something. It has some good ass motherfucking meaning to it. And I think it says something about, if I have to detach I'm just paraphrasing, detach myself from negative energies, then do that. I'm going to have to look at it again and tell you guys, or look. Either way it goes, I'm going to have to find a definition of 5555 and tell you guys exactly what it means and go from there. But it's all symbolism for something. I get shunned by my mother before all of this happens in regard to my blessing. Then I get to the change. That's another thing that 5555 means. I'm sorry, you guys. Change. And I changed from the high school to the middle school. And I also changed to an address that is a angelic number, 5555. And the school mascot is a scorpion. I am a scorpion, and I go by the Venomous One Stinger. And all of this is meant. I'm meant to be at this school. And the principal introduced himself to me yesterday, which was a shocker. I finally get to the cafeteria area because it was sprinkling raining. Oh my God, I'm just so excited about so many different things, you guys, that, you know, when you're excited about something, you just have so much on your mind that you want to express, but oh my God, you don't know where to begin or where to end. But anyway, after I got out of my car and seen the 5555, and I seen the benches that had the Stingers on it and whatever else the case may be, I walked up to the doors, and that's when I seen the young lady that was basically waiting to get inside. We sparked up a conversation for a second, and I said that I was going to go back to my car and wait for someone to come to the school that I can ask, you know, where I'm supposed to go to in regard to the cafeteria setting. So I went back to my car, and I didn't realize the young lady that I was speaking with was let inside. But I was too busy writing down, talk about the situation regarding, you know, earlier this morning, how my mom basically ignored me. I was writing that stuff down because I wanted to explain that to you guys and get it off my chest. And anyway, I also wrote down, talk about how it never dawned on me that the address to the new school I'm at is 5555. Not only that, the middle school mascot is a scorpion, and they call themselves Stingers. How coincidental is that? That's what I wrote down. Because it is coincidental. It's just like, what the fuck? You know, I go from getting shunned by my own mother to receiving the 5555 angelic number blessing and just being at a cool place. And I do apologize for being all over the place in regards to this story. But anyway, after I wrote all this stuff down, I seen a car pull up in the driveway, and it was a female, or it is a female, and she got out the car and she let herself in and started turning on lights. So I figured this is my opportunity to go up to the door and introduce myself and, you know, get to where I need to get to in regard to the cafeteria. So I knock on the door, and she came to the window. She didn't let me in. She came to the window, and she was talking to me through the window. I introduced myself, and she kind of quizzed me a little bit because I didn't know the name of the cafeteria worker that I'm supposed to have been dealing with. And she named a few individuals, and I figured it out. And she was like, okay, and she let me in. And anyway, we're talking back and forth. She calls the individual whom is head of the cafeteria, and they give me a name tag and eventually escort me back to the cafeteria area. I'm introduced to the very young lady, very beautiful young lady, who is in charge of the cafeteria. And I won't say her name, but she's a very beautiful young, I'm not sure what her origin is, but she looks to be mixed with something. But anyway, I think she's in her 20s, and, very spunky. And there's another young lady that works there, and I was introduced to them. And before we get to the cafeteria area, I know that myself and the lady that let me in to begin with, we were talking about the middle school and the high school. And she says something in regards to the middle school kids. She called them little shits. And I started cracking up laughing. I'm just like, okay, this is probably exactly where I need to be. Because, no, she called them little shitheads or something like that, she called them. But shit was a part of what she said. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to like this, this school. Not that I didn't like the high school, but, yeah, she broke the ice like that. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to, that lets me know that this school is a little bit more freer than the high school in regard to the workers. Even though she was an older woman, she still has some spunk about her. And I like that. Anyway, we get to the cafeteria area. I'm introduced to the young lady of the cafeteria, like I said a few minutes ago. And energy-wise, I do believe we hit it off. I was not ordered, but I was told to chop up some damn English cucumbers and, do a lot of other different things. Every Friday, the students get pizza. Oh my God, did that pizza look good from Domino's? And, they get pizza and stuff. And the way that it's set up, we're basically centered in the cafeteria around the students, and the students get to grab their own food, and they just show us what they got, and we ring it in for the students on their behalf. It's pretty cool to be surrounded by a bunch of hormonal teenage brats, so to speak. And if I thought I cussed, okay, these middle school students and these high school students got filthy ass motherfucking mouths. They be cussing they asses. They will cuss you the fuck out. No, not the fuck. They will cuss you the fuck out. Okay? These middle school students were cussing they asses off yesterday. And I was dying out laughing. I'm just like, hell no, this is my school right here. Not because the students were cussing or whatever the case may be, but they complimented me. There was some students that came up, and there was two girls, and the one girl had her back turned to me. I guess she was afraid to acknowledge me, considering she the one that said that she liked my hair. But the one girl came up, and her friend, she was like, my friend likes your hair. And I'm like, oh, thank you, blah, blah, blah. Then there was one boy, he was like, how tall are you? And I told him my height, and he was like, oh my God, you should be a basketball player. And they were very friendly children, even though they had some potty mouths. And the 8th graders are a little more, I don't want to say vibrant than the 7th graders. They're a little more mannish. Just put it that way. They're more mannish than the 7th graders. They be throwing food at each other and all type of shit. If they could, they'd probably be putting their finger. Never mind. Let me shut up. Let me shut up, because I was about to go there and say something foul. But anyway, the principal introduced himself to me, and this is what I enjoyed. he introduced himself to me, and he said, paraphrasing, but close to verbatim, if any of these kids give you any issues, you come and let me know, and I will deal with it. That's what I like. Now, considering the fact that I was being teased, I wasn't being teased at the middle school. I mean, I'm taller than half them damn kids. Well, I'm taller than all them damn kids that go to that damn school. Even though there is a tall piece of fish that go there. But I'm taller than all them kids at this school. They ain't finna try me. But even the high school students did. Now, I didn't get introduced to no principals or anything like that at the high school. The principal didn't introduce himself. Shit. The only people I knew was that damn kitchen staff people, the kitchen staff crew, and some interns that were doing their internship at the school, and just to get in some hours. Those were the only people that I really knew from the high school. No one came up and introduced themselves to me in regard to a counselor or a principal or anything like that. So for the principal to introduce himself to me, and he was in the cafeteria and I was in the cafeteria, and they can tell that I'm a new worker because I haven't been there before. Either way it goes, I love stuff like that. And the fact that he told me if any of them kids give me any motherfucking issues, come to him and let him know. That's the type of shit that I'm talking about. You know, taking charge of situations. And, I think I'm going to be at this school for hopefully a long time to come. Anyway, let me see what else I have in my notes to talk to you guys about. I think I'm done, you guys. Yeah, I think I am. I think I'm done. But yes, these high school and middle school kids, and I appreciate the fact that the middle school kids had on some motherfucking clothes. Now, I know that the high school students are feeling themselves and making decisions for themselves and whatever else the case may be in regards to their clothes, their cars, their hairstyles. They're young adults, and they reserve the right to dress the way that they want to dress. But the way that some of these motherfucking high school kids came to school with them half tops and the booty shorts and shit like that, good night. At least these parents are on their kids in regard to what the fuck they're wearing. I did see a few girls with a few half tops on, but they were respectful in regard to showing skin. The high school students, you may as well just send them to school naked, or shit, not send them. They may as well come to school naked, because the parents aren't stopping them, obviously, and they're able to go out the doors the way that they were dressed. So, baby, good motherfucking night. Anyway, I'm going to end this, you guys, in regard to this particular episode. But pray for me, pray for myself and my mother and our situation, because it has to get better before it gets worse. And I would hate to have to cut her off in this stage of my life when I am achieving and accomplishing things. And that's all I want is acknowledgement. But at this point, I don't even need your acknowledgement, because at the end of the day, the only person that has to validate me is me. And that's pretty much it. You know, I am the only one at the end of the day that needs to validate my own motherfucking self. I don't need the validation of anyone else. Anyway, you guys, let me end this episode to go get something to drink and whatever else the case may be. And I am D Venom. You all take care of yourselves. And if you are having an unbalanced relationship with your sibling or your parents or whatever, just pray upon that and know everything will be perfectly fine at the end of the day. Whether you guys come together or you separate, you will be perfectly fine. All right, you guys. With that being said, I am D Venom. Namaste, and I am out.